What's up, everyone? It's Gavin or Tweek.
What up? What up? What up? It's Marcus or Pink.
Hey, what's up? It's Charles or Chuck.
What's going on, everyone? You got Matt or Haz, and we got a special guest today. The chat already knows about. What's up, Gluto? What's happening?
Hello, guys. So it's William or Gluto.
Nice. Is he the first guest to do that? To do it correctly?
Wow.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. WW.
I did
That
it.
is impressive. Yeah, that's a W.
Thank you.
All right. So before we get into our episode, first, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We also have a Patreon if you guys want to support us more with a bunch of bonus content. But before we get into the episode, we got to shout out that this episode is powered by Glytch. Now, what is Glytch? It is a professional esports stadium with location-based entertainment and live broadcast. This would be like if sports stadiums would have like a movie theater, a comedy club, music venue, and esports arena all in one. Current goal is to build 32 of them across the country. First one, shown in the video, coming to LA. Exact timing to be determined, but 2025 is the target. Each venue will be the official home stadium of an internationally recognized professional esports team. The LA team is XSET and has already been announced. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be it for Glytch. And I know we have a bunch of conversations and questions, right, Hez?
Okay, that's right, man. So, I mean, here in the Smash community, we're no strangers to all sorts of different venues across all sorts of different, places in the United States or, obviously in Europe and in Japan as well. I guess, questions I have to our two biggest competitors in regards to venues. So talking to you, Gavin or Tweek, and William or Gluto, what is the biggest or the best venue that you've ever played in? What's your favorite venue and why?
I know Gluto's answer. It's got to be Odyssey, right? That stadium looks crazy.
Which one?
Odyssey?
Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
Odyssey?
It would be Odyssey, but it was an invitational. So should we count it or it's different? It's not like a venue of a big tournament.
Okay, yeah, I see.
I
So
guess
since
it's
it was an
different.
invitational, yeah, we'll say open tournament.
Okay, open tournament.
tournament? Mine was an invitational too.
Were you gonna
Yeah.
say Summit?
I was gonna say something.
They have more money.
It's just I like comfortable back in the day Shine it'd be like a really big venue but it's like carpeted and everything. Like sometimes the concrete floors I don't know, something about it makes me this is such a weird specific thing, but when the venue is carpeted and not concrete, I'm much more likely to get first place, bro. I know it.
What the fuck is?
Oh my god.
Okay, carpet buff.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Carpet. Okay. Very. Gavin. Very. Yeah. Right. Excellent contribution.
All right. I hope you heard that. I hope all these stadiums have carpet. All right.
Yeah. That's actually
Summit didn't have carpet though, did it? It had some carpet. It was. There were rugs.
Yeah, there's rugs. Hold up.
There's couches and
mostly concrete though.
It is actually.
Anyway, okay. All right. Next question.
Wait, no. Gluto's answer.
Yeah. I didn't say mine. Mine would be one with some carpets too.
Okay. Carpet's a plus. Carpet's always a plus.
Like Genesis when it has the carpet.
It's the best.
Lit.
So it's UFA. So UFA is a big tournament in France. It's like once every year. And the year before there wasn't Smash. A few years before, Smash wasn't there. It's more like it was more for other fighting games, but not Smash. And now it's for Smash 2. And the two last year there was Smash at UFA and it was very, very big. And the venue is very beautiful, very big. And there's carpets and there's a lot of setups. And it's
there you go, bro.
Yeah, everything that we need.
I know we already got pretty crazy with wanting to include carpets at venues, but if you guys could put anything, and I'm saying the crazier the better, if you guys put anything at your venue for a tournament, what would you put? What would be your kind of dream addition to a venue? When you're going somewhere for a tournament, I know we already do water park tournaments, something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Okay, so for US tournaments, some US tournaments, I know it's a lot to ask, but I will need some water. drinkable, drinkable water. I know it's hard. Okay.
Drinkable.
Drinkable.
But if we can have water, that would be perfect. Because some tournaments I don't know where, but I can't find water. It's so hard. So
Now, Gluto,
Water and carpets.
I want to piggyback off this. So the first time I met Gluto was I picked him up at an airport at LAX for a 2GG event. Now at 2GG events, was there always water at 2GG events, just ready to go?
yes, yeah.
Oh wow,
All the time.
sick. Just had to throw that.
I remember, but it was only cold water.
It was only cold water, true.
Yeah. So
L.
So Gluto, not asking for a lot of water. What about you, Gavin?
Water and carpets. That's what we got so far.
Yeah, this is
Excellent.
Woo.
This is so funny.
Wow.
Yeah, we might have to give some of our answers because
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to.
Gavin's about to say water too.
I was gonna say like healthy food. So
My
Okay.
God.
Like, dude.
Are you guys building a
Right.
retirement home? Like, I don't understand.
Look at
Healthy
me.
food, water, and carpet.
look at me.
yeah,
I'm
It's
Omega
over for
done.
us.
Oh,
it's the end for us.
oh no.
We played Wario and look what happened to us. We don't even get water anymore.
Yeah.
You know, those omega-3s, man.
Chuck,
I need
answer the question. Like,
I need
on,
a
Chuck.
I need
Show
a
'em
crisp
that's done,
bar.
Chuck.
I need a crisp bar. All right. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I just need a
A
crisp bar.
bar.
Yeah, crisp bar.
Oh, crisp. Oh, I thought you were like.
What
I
is
was
a-
like, I was like, this is a second ad read. Like, what's a crisp bar?
I thought you wanted our producer to start like rapping
What-
or something.
Yeah, our
What is
producer
a crisp
Chris.
bar?
A
He-
good bar. Good bar.
crisp is an
Oh, okay.
adjective. That means
Yeah.
like fun or good or cool or
Just
whatever.
my
yeah.
American lingo coming out. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would just want a really good bar. I mean, I'm not asking for anything too crazy.
Chuck wants the Long Island's.
Yes, gotta have a good Long Island. What about
Nowhere to
Pink and
meet me.
Has?
Go ahead, Pink. I know Pink's. It's daycare.
You're
Yo,
spitting.
wait, a daycare would kind of go crazy.
You're kind of spitting.
I know.
Wait,
There's a lot
wait.
of there's a lot
Wait.
of
I didn't
pets.
even think about that, but now you got me thinking about it. What about, for some reason, the first thing that came to my mind was food trucks. But I think
Oh,
that's because I loved Civil War and they had food trucks.
Food trucks.
Yeah, that was dope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There was
Food
food
trucks,
truck
yeah.
or food truck at Crown. It was cool. And the main area was like outside. I guess this is kind of similar to what you're talking about.
I would say, kind of piggybacking off Charles, a good, if not just a regular arcade, a good barcade, man. I want other games there.
barcade.
You got a bunch of gamers there. Everyone thinks
Yeah.
they're nice, especially Street Fighter 6 out. I want to see a good barcade, a good area to play some other games and wind down and kind of relax. That would be my answer, to chill. I mean, hey, we're all gamers at the end of the day.
These answers are not as good as Glutonny's answers.
As carpets and water, yeah,
Huh?
right. Gotcha.
Yo,
yeah.
you gotta hit the fundamentals
I want-
first. Carpet, water.
That's all we need.
like ancient Greece. That's
Gavin's like healthy food. I'm like food truck. No.
what-
Food.
Food truck's great, man. Yeah, good food I think is so underrated in a venue, though. I'll be honest with you. Like, I think that's so necessary. If you don't have to leave the venue to go get good food, I think it helps out a lot.
Yeah, I'm really big on that. Like, hotel being the venue or very close to it, like food being right there. Like, that's, if you're competing for a whole weekend, I feel like that's like what everyone wants, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Like them
even
Genesis
following-
glizzies. True.
Oh, true. It's a part of the experience, right? It honestly is.
How did it become a part of the culture? I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, Fabs.
Oh man, but I love the idea as well that kind of like following traditional sports where they have the stadium based off of a esports team
yeah.
within the city. I think that's a really cool concept and really gets people going and having camaraderie over where you're from. I think that's a very common human feeling to be proud of where you're from and want to represent it and all that other stuff. So
Yeah.
really looking forward to all the stuff that Glytch is cooking up.
Definitely. Actually, Charles, I think that's a great transition to our first real question here. And first real topic for Gluto is we've always talked about, and traditionally we talk about, the rise of EU recently. And I think like the first word that comes to my mind when I think of the EU scene is the passion that everyone brings. And, Charles was talking about cool venues for the EU. You guys might have the coolest ones on the planet that we've ever seen, like real football clubs, as you guys would say, soccer over here, real stadiums being played in. So I realized, as we were trying to come up with topics to talk to today, you really have seen the whole genesis of the scene from the beginning, it's in its infancy to where it is now. And I guess I'd just like to open up the floor and ask you what that whole experience has been, being, one of the front runners or one of the forefathers of Smash in France or in the EU in general, and as to where it is today. What are your kind of initial thoughts about that, or what do you think about that?
I think it's like a mixed feelings of being proud, because that's what we were working on since the beginning.
What's the beginning, real quick? Sorry, what's the beginning? Is that Brawl or Melee?
Yeah, Brawl. So
Brawl,
I
okay.
started with Brawl, and I remember, for example, Leon was playing Brawl 2, and first he was player only, and then he started to be a TO2, and we all tried to make the scene grow. We also tried to find some other players, because it was good to make some tournaments, but if it's only the same players, it will not grow. So we tried to figure out how to find some other players. There was also NTK doing that a lot, and growing the scene was something that we all tried to do, even if it was very, very slow. So this is what the part I'm proud of, because we worked a lot for it. And also I feel lucky, because we were lucky that a lot of French influencers that were nothing with Smash, they were just playing casual Smash, but since they heard that there was a competitive Smash, they started to explain to their community that Smash competitive exists, and a lot of people knew about Smash because of the influencers. So there's a part of us who worked a lot for it, and a big part also of luck. Like, we didn't really do anything. It was our luck for our big influencers to like Smash and promote it. And this is one of the most important part of our growth, I think, because it made Smash be very, very popular because of them, and also, of course, because of our work. But without them, it would not be that big, of course. And yeah, now we have a lot of tournaments, big tournaments, new venues, very beautiful venues. A lot of people want to come to France now. In Europe, it's like by far the biggest tournaments, and we have the biggest number of players too. So yeah, it's perfect right now.
Yeah.
Nice. For me, my first question, so we talked about this when we were in Hawaii, but I need the people to know about Gluto's past life. Gluto, tell them what you went to school for. Tell them what you were doing. All right, because I think this shit's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was doing my first year after high school was a year of medicine. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, medical school. Yeah, so med school.
Medical school. But then I realized that it's not made for me, because it's a lot of by heart stuff to learn, and I hate I hate learning stuff by heart. I like understanding stuff, and science was the thing that I liked the most. But medicine was not the best thing, so I went to biology. So I did University of Biology, and then I did a Master of Bioinformatics, and then I became a bioinformatics engineer. And during the master degree, this was like the Smash 4 area, middle Smash 4. So this is where I was doing my master degree, and almost every weekends I was traveling for tournaments outside of France, taking the bus from Friday night to Monday morning and stuff like that. So it was a lot of optimizing my time, knowing when I need to go to school, when I will not go to school, just to stay home and work more by myself and train too. And then Friday I was missing a lot of school too because of the tournaments, or Monday. But I was only going for the important lessons, and I was not missing, of course, the controls, the exams. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was like master and Smash, and it was 2 year hard years. Also because I didn't have money, so it was really hard. Sometimes I went to tournaments, I was paying the bus to go, but I didn't have the money to go back. So I had to win the tournament. and if I don't win the tournament, I don't go back home.
So, there's a lot of stories like that. With Like Void has stories like that too, right, Charles?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
told me,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
when
remember.
Void went to California, he landed and had $30. I think $32 or something like that. I always told Void, I was like, hey man, I don't even care if I have to take out a loan. I will get you a flight back if shit doesn't go well. Like I always got you. So like Void had a kind of a cushion. I was also broke, so I wasn't the most reliable cushion back then. But you know, you guys made it, and you guys quite literally fought for your lives out there. So
Yeah.
if you get to go to your local and you get to not win and go home, consider yourself lucky.
Apparently.
Not a lot of players had it like that.
Or not, because like you lack that motivation, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, I really wish, you know, this is rougher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
Think
kind
about
of
it, it's all
curious,
perspective.
Gluto, on like what you've been up to with like Wario and like Smash in general, because we chat like pretty often at tournaments about the character and the game in general, but it's been a little bit. So I'm curious what you're up to. Maybe what's your next tournament, like just general.
Okay. So before you thought I was optimistic, right?
Oh.
Oh, so now you will think that I'm crazy.
Are you on my side, or are you complete
No,
opposite?
No.
You think Wario's the best character now, or some shit?
Kinda, not really, but I think he can beat everyone. It's over.
Really?
What
There's
did you
nothing
learn?
that I what?
What did you learn? Was it bike?
He
Yeah.
said, shh.
Is bike the answer?
Oh yeah, it
I
is
told
the
you.
answer. Yeah, it's like I'm Ice Climber now. I have two characters,
Yeah.
me and the bike. The bike can do so many things,
If
and
you're
people
good enough, it literally can feel like
yeah.
kind of like
There's a lot.
or something like that, or ice climbers, or maybe it's more like Luma than ice climbers.
Yeah. It's even more risky because if you have bike on stage, you can get
Yes.
punished hard for it. But
Yeah.
the good thing is that if my opponent don't really play Wario, there's no way he can know what I'm thinking about with the bike. There's no way. There's so many specific little things that will happen.
Yeah.
And of course, it will not lead to a kill, but it will lead to some interaction that I win. And even small interaction for me to win easy, Wario easy, is a lot for me. Like I can win interaction. Let's go. It's really a lot. And yeah.
Do you remember in Hawaii when we were watching? Because you mentioned like Wario and Easy, and the funny one of the funniest things that happened in Hawaii is when we were at the tournament and we were watching Mars play
Mars,
Wario.
yes. And every time he
like,
hit,
I can do this. Like Wario's easy, blah blah, and he'd get a hit, and it would be like negative, or it would do like
5%.
very little damage, and we would both just scream 2 damage.
5 damage, 4 damage.
Yeah.
Every win neutral was 4 or 5 damage.
Yeah, that's it.
Broken Carter.
Yeah, so broken. The best.
So broken.
2 stock game, broken, top tier.
It's true. Well, he has a bike that's an extra character, so you know you got to consider that is also a factor.
It was the funniest shit ever in Hawaii. We were just roasting everything he did with Wario. Everything. Like if he got a 2-hit combo, we'd be like, "Oh my god!"
It was so hype. More than 20% combo. Wow, incredible.
But it just reminds me of what I'm always saying about Wario. Like, if you haven't been playing Wario for a long time, like people just do not get it. They just don't.
No.
It's a lifestyle that you either understand it or you don't.
But that's kind of good because some people still think that the thing on Wario that's broken is waft. Okay, so they will try to counterplay waft, but there is so many other things that are good, and if they don't really think about it, they will don't work on the counterplay, and that's fine for us. Okay, if waft is broken, wow, you can't do anything about it. Just die.
Yeah, nothing. It's
Nothing.
impossible.
Broken. You died at 0.
Wario sucks, dude. Moving on.
Wait, so do you have faith in the Sonic matchup? That's the kicker. That's always the kicker.
I'm not sure right now because I beat the Sonic in Europe, but it's not Sonic's level. And everything that I was working on worked very well against them. But Sonic's is different, so I'm not sure. Until I play him, I will never know if it's possible or not. But for sure, if Sonic is possible, or even only even,
yeah,
Wario can do even with everyone for sure.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
heard
the
Sonic
last answer.
Yeah, I believe Sonic thinks that matchup is unwinnable and that you should give up. That's
I've seen him say that in a
No.
couple different forums. Yeah.
That's the meme, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I was not sure.
It's not the same without the flame and the skull emoji.
Yeah, you gotta have the emoji.
You need a
yeah,
picture.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what is your next big tournament then?
So I have a tournament in Tenerife. There will be a lot of European players going there. And then the next will be Smash Factor. So it's really, really big.
Oh, nice.
Oh, snap, we'll see you there.
That's going to be a big one, yeah.
I will see you there.
I think... Oh, you're coming?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm supposed to say that.
All good, just edit it out.
No, I think it's fine. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm pretty sure it's fine.
It's too late whether it's fine or not. It doesn't matter.
You guys get all the leaks here on Twitch.
Yeah.
You see what we put our editors through, by the way? We've already spoiled 2 things.
Yeah.
So you're really traveling more?
Yeah, I mentioned this on the show. Like, it feels like Smash is a lot more global than it used to be. Like, it's like, if you want to like be the best and compete, like you have to go to so many different, like, I feel like before, especially early Ultimate and Smash 4, I could get away with mostly playing in the US and I would still be at a lot of the big tournaments. But it feels like it's very spread out and global now, which is a good thing. Just gonna make me fucking tired, but you know.
It'll be interesting too because, you know, I've talked about this on commentary for you, Gluto, before, but, you know, obviously, Gavin, you're dealing with some hand stuff right now. Gluto, you're actually given, for anyone who joined the stream early while we were live here on the Glytch Twitch channel, giving Gavin some pointers on how to take care of your hands. So you have all these plans coming up, Tweek or Gavin. Like, what are your, show your hands real quick to the stream who hasn't seen them. So do you want to talk about that a little bit more real quick? And maybe Gluto can give you some advice on how to navigate those waters since he's been there before.
It's funny because it also reminds me of when Gluto was talking about what he went to school for. We had a funny conversation at Summit where he's like, oh, I could have saved you because a lot of his studying was also like revolved around like Crohn's disease, which is what I have. So it just feels like there's always weird little connections with Gluto and I, like Wario and that stuff. And I guess my hands just have to hurt because he had hand problems and stuff. So it just is what it is. But yeah, I recently was diagnosed with tendonitis. So I haven't been playing a bit. I've been stretching, icing. I have like wrist braces and like compression gloves and sleeves. I'm trying to play as little as I can before GOML and then see how I feel at GOML and then kind of judge what I do from there for like things like Smash Factor and Smash Con and stuff like that.
So Gluto, how do you navigate throughout this kind of stuff? Like, do you set certain times that you play? Do you have, you know what I mean? Like, how do you go around these kinds of like hand problems and stuff like that? Because I know for you, it even gets to the point where you can't even SDI versus certain character types, right? So characters like Bayonetta or Ken or FGC characters in general, usually you need that SDI. So I know for you there's like physical limitations where going into the game, and I wonder how it affects you during your practice as well. Like, do you have like different schedules and you have times where you stretch and stuff like that too, and ice and all that stuff?
So it's complicated to explain because my problem was different every time. So at first I had an issue here, so I couldn't really move the stick, and it was bad at the point where I couldn't play the game at all. So that was before Ultimate came out. It was fine because Smash 4 was dying, so I just stopped playing the game during like 4 months or something. But I couldn't do anything else, so not playing Smash, but I couldn't play any other games on Switch. When I use my phone, I had to use it like this.
You were saying that was causing a lot of like mobile games were like very painful.
Yes.
That happened to me.
Yeah, I think the phone is the real issue.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
How? I didn't even think of that.
So the way you use your phone, uh, so it's like this, and you don't move your thumb, right? So when you play some games on the phone, you just do that, and your thumb don't move that much, and you can stay like this during like 1, 2, 3 hours, especially during the train. Me, it was during the train, so 1 hour and more for
Yeah.
to go back and stuff like that. And not moving and being in the same position is really really bad for tendinitis, and that's, I think, what made my tendinitis start. It was not really smash, but since this was bad, then when I was working on the computer, so it was not that bad, but it's not helping. It's not, I can't um, take a break with my hands. Then I go back home, I play again on the phone. Then I train smash, or I do other things with the hand. And my hands were never taking a break. That was the real issue. And not moving the hands and not doing a lot of different moves is really bad. So it started to hurt. And when I was young, I was playing a lot of football. And when your foot hurts, you don't care. You just play again because it's like a muscle hurt or something, not that bad. And maybe you'll be hurt next day, but that's it. So I was in the same position. I was like, oh, my hand hurt. It's fine. It will be better tomorrow. But then it started to be even worse, 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 worse. And I didn't listen to my body because I didn't know it was tendinite. And then it was so bad that I couldn't even use my hand anymore. That's why it started to be uh, like a permanent tendinitis. It's not like a one shot tendinitis. I have it now, and I will have it for all my life. But it's like coming and doing better, then going very bad, and then doing very good. It's like depend on what I'm doing. Also in change, first it was the thumb, then it became the arm, then it became my shoulder. It went everywhere, and it was very 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 hard. And at one point when I was playing, I remember it was at Summit, I was SDIing every move because when I play, I usually try to SDI even if it's a combo, one hit combo or not multi hit. SDIing can help a lot. For example, if instead of getting hit 2 times or 3 times, you will get hit only 2, and it might not seems that much, but it's something. If you can have less damage just by SDIing, you should do it. But since I was doing it a lot, and I can play like 10 hours without any issue. My stamina is really big, but my hands don't survive when I do that. So, so I had to stop myself sometimes. And as I said at the beginning, I didn't understand myself. I didn't understand my body. I didn't listen to my body. And even when it hurt, I was still continuing to play. So that's really, really bad. So at one point, I couldn't SDI at all. I couldn't even play. So on the GameCube controllers, there R and L, they're really hard.
Yeah,
really, really hard to push.
That's why I have the problems I have.
Oh yeah, it's so you may have on the thumb, but you may have also here.
Well,
this one.
It feels like because I do so many Diddy tech with the triggers, and I thought about getting digital triggers, like easier to press, but then I accidentally press them because they're too easy to press.
Yes.
So like I don't know, but for me it actually is like yours was like along the thumb, right?
At the beginning, yeah, but then it became every finger.
For me, it started on the other side right here. I think it's called the FCU tendon, like ulnar or something like that. And it actually, a lot of it is the elbow too. So I have it from here, and now it's like the elbow, and then it's the forearm. It's similar to what you were saying. So I'm pretty scared to play, but I'm trying my best to take care of it as soon as I can, like as soon as it started, you know?
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Oh yeah. Okay. So and right now I have the same. So as I said, it changed all the time, and recently this is where it hurts. And my doctor said that even if it hurts here, you should not only mass here,
right?
but also here.
Yes,
so everywhere where your muscle go, your tendons will go like here. where it stick to the bone here and the muscle are here too, and you should mass also here and all the way. It's not only where it hurts that the problem
Yeah,
is.
that's what I was thinking.
Sometimes even your tendons can hurt here, but the problem can be in your back. It's really complicated. So yeah, it happens. Yeah, it can happen. That's what they told me. So it's really, really, really complicated. And yeah, you can try a lot of stuff to get better, but the problem is you will never really know what made you better. So my advice will be try as much as you can.
Yeah.
Like alimentation, food, exercise, because it's not because you need to rest that you need to do nothing. It's not even good to do nothing. So with vitamins, as you said, you can do cold. Some people say it's better to put cold. Some others say it's better to put some hot. So it's really, really hard to know what you should do.
I'm kind of messing with everything. Yeah, today's just a health lesson on the podcast, I guess.
Haz, did you have another question?
I was going to ask if you guys ever considered seriously switching controllers, and not just like to a different GameCube controller, because obviously it's been a big thing more so, you know, in Melee, and the more I learn about Street Fighter, the more I learn about different controllers and what they do. Is that something you guys would ever consider doing in the future?
I feel like this is a question everyone could answer because we've probably all used different controllers before, but for me, it's so hard to imagine playing Smash without GameCube. I need it. Like, I like the Pro controller a lot, like, but not for Smash. Like, for Smash, it has to be GameCube. And like for like a hitbox on Smash, like I can't even like my head doesn't wrap around even trying that. So, but I'm curious what everyone else thinks.
For me, go ahead, Gluto. You can answer first.
Okay. Yeah, I would say the same. Like we were used to play GameCube so much that it's hard to imagine ourselves playing something else than GameCube. Very, very hard. But one alternative can be, as he said, to change, for example, the triggers. For me, I have a special controller only for practice, which is very, very smooth, light, very easy to push. But as he said, sometimes you just push it by accident. So I don't really use it for tournament, but for practice, it helps to not hurt. So I have a different one. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, Smashbox could be even better than GameCube. And there's no reason that GameCube controller is the best and the most optimal. But since we played it since like 10 years or more, it's hard to switch. Very, very complicated to switch.
I like the controller. I just like it, but it is not good for you.
It's God, no, it's not.
It's really smart to have a separate, because most of your hours that you log are on your practice controller. I have to like tournament controller. You're only going to use a couple hours a day, once a week, but a practice controller you use every single day, basically. Or twice, I guess, 2 days a week. So, but
yeah. For me, I could not switch off of GameCube controller for Smash. But for other games, like I do have a hitbox.
Yeah, you play Street Fighter with that.
Yeah, and this is not even. I think it's actually pretty simple for fighting games because it's just like the inputs are literally easier. Like I press 2 buttons for a quarter circle, stuff like that. So, and it's just better on my hands. And on top of that, I'm completely new to Street Fighter. Like if I could wipe my memory from Smash, I'd be rolling up, mashing with whatever character I like, and I'll be playing on a Smash box. You know what I mean? Because your brain is fresh. You have no prior knowledge. The hard thing about switching to a controller is erasing all of your past knowledge or your habits and all of those things. And if you're coming into Smash fresh, I would highly recommend trying out a Smash box because I mean, why not, right? How
would I do like pivot boosted down tilts or pop gun cancel?
It's probably easier on a Smash box. Like honestly, to do just the individual tech. But my roommate actually got a Smash box, and I tried playing on it. Bro, it feels weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, just to like move around and do basic functions.
Moving with a button is so strange. It is so weird, dude.
Like when I think of Marcus, like he played PM with GameCube. Like he's been playing like since Brawl. Like have you ever like tried Smash with like a pro controller or anything? Like,
absolutely not,
dude. Like for casual gaming, like the pro controller is like the coolest thing ever. But like, bro,
yeah, like when I played other games like Mario Odyssey and stuff, like even when I played like Pokken, like went to this is really weird, but I went to like Pokken tournaments, like I would use it like the pro controller, but I don't know. It's something about Smash. I guess it's just I've been playing on it for over 15 years, and it's like this is Smash equal GameCube controller.
Totally.
Yeah, like it is part of the game. Like it just feels like you can't use anything else.
Honestly, but what if they make a new one on like
and
the next Switch or something, and you can't use a GameCube controller?
I think the money's too free for them, to be honest with you. My biggest concern with Smash 4 is they weren't going to do that. I was like, I'm going to have to play on whatever, you know what I mean? Like, if they didn't make the adapter and stuff, I was so worried that I'd have to learn on a Wii controller or whatever. I'd be a tablet player or whatever.
Yeah, I remember when Smash 4 was coming out, we were kind of scared, right?
I was, yeah.
But they might try to, like, push pro controllers and, like, try to phase out GameCube controllers. It's a possibility. So
it is,
I could see that happening, and us giga boomers being like, bro, what the heck? What do we even do
make
now?
A wireless GameCube that's actually good or something.
Honestly, if they can figure out how to make a hitbox for Smash, people can figure out how to. Well, that might be. Never mind. See you.
They could. You never know. Who knows? It's not worth, I think, getting worried about right this second. But back when I first started playing in, like playing Third Strike and playing fighting games, I started off using the controller, like just like a pad, and I got made fun of for it because they were like, "Oh, you're not a real fighting game player unless you use a stick."
Yep.
So I unlearned how to play on a controller, and I learned how to play on stick, and I still play on stick now. And now everyone's going back to pad. Like pad is back in. Like pad is optimal now. I'm so pissed, dude. It's so hard. Like I was like, whatever, man. So I play on stick for fighting games, and I don't think I'll ever switch. I love it too much. Like they're fun to like get and collect, and like they look really nice and all that stuff. They are a pain in the ass to travel with, is one thing I'll say. That is much better for pad. But I love sticks now for fighting games, and I'll never play Smash on anything else. Like I pretty much refuse. Like if Smash goes down, like if the GameCube controller goes down, I'm out. I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm out.
I think I'm done, dude.
Out.
It's a deal breaker.
Dude, it kind of is, and I think Nintendo knew that, especially when they made Smash 4, because they were like, we're going to lose a ton of people if they can't, you know. Because GameCube was through 2 iterations, right? Like that was the big thing. It was Melee and Brawl. So it was always like the current game and Melee. So it's like, well, if we want this to succeed. But now they might be trapped doing it forever. Who knows? I think they'd be foolish to not continue doing it, but you never know.
You know what I was thinking of? Gluto and I had a conversation in Hawaii, and this inspires me to this day. We're going to have a competition. If Waluigi ever gets put into Smash, he thinks he will be the best with Waluigi, and I think I would be the best with Waluigi.
Wait, you would play him over Wario?
Yeah.
Just for this contest. Yeah. For this contest.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck?
He would be the best.
He would be good.
Yeah. He would put people down on the ground with his feet and then hit them with the tennis ball. That's the best thing ever.
It's a good thing we'll never have to worry about this competition because that gym's never getting in.
It'll happen. I will be ready when it happens.
Ridley got in.
I'll be the GOAT Waluigi just because he thinks that his would be better than mine.
Do you think Waluigi would beat Steve?
We did the Wario Dito at Battle of BC and I won.
You got cooked.
But I got a parry waft though.
Yeah, true. You have the waft? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Tweek have the waft?
Best character, 2 stock game.
Yeah,
I definitely, when I did that crew battle match, I was like, I'm probably going to get cooked, but it's a fun way to...
It was very, very fun.
Yeah.
And I was very happy to see your Wario.
Really well, though.
Yeah. I like the way you played.
And then he hit me one time, so...
Yeah.
You were ready. Like, by the second stock, like, you were ready.
Yeah, but I was liking the way you were moving and the way that you were patient, because I told you I still sometimes watch some of your games, even if it was like 2 or 3 years ago. But it's not about the meta, it's just about the way you were thinking in neutral, the way you were being defensive. And that's what I was working on, and I'm slowly, little by little, I'm trying to do a fusion of your playstyle and mine,
Yeah,
and it's getting better. But
I think that's the
every time I watch you, it's the best.
yeah, and that reminds me of like when you did get the hit, like my Wario was a thing of the past. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the future.
Yeah.
This is the future.
Yeah. The future is now. But like, I think a lot of your game plans, like I agree with them a lot of the time, and the things we talk about are very interesting. And a lot of the things that we theorize, like a year later, end up being very accurate or helpful. Like all the stuff with the bike, because I remember when I was like pretty much done with Wario, we talked a lot about bike, and like to this day, it's still like one of the biggest things to push Wario for the future. So, yeah, when you said that the defensive line, like they're gonna call me a camper for the rest of the
You
podcast.
already know.
Dang,
Yeah,
you don't think you're a camper? That's
over.
wild.
No, I'm not. I'm aggressive. I'm not camping.
What?
What? Can you define aggressive for me?
Huh?
Sorry.
Well, when I hit you, I kill. So I'm aggressive.
Okay. If this is the definition of aggression, okay.
Yeah.
I think every top player is aggressive.
I'm an
Yeah,
aggressive.
every top is
Most top players are aggressive. Yeah,
I'm an aggressive camper.
He's camping you aggressively.
Yeah, I'm very angry about it.
that doesn't. Okay, well,
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Makes
I'm
sense.
I'm angry right now.
All right. So, Gluto, I'm going to ask another question here. So, if you guys don't know, Gluto has been the best Wario for quite some time now, ever since Brawl. So, how is it just maining the same character throughout practically every Smash game you've competed in? I don't know if you've competed in Melee, but to my understanding, you first started competing in Brawl, right?
Yeah. I didn't compete in Melee.
Right. So how's it like maining pretty much the same character from when you started all the way up until now, and you stuck through it? You know, there was highs and then there was lows. Like Smash 4, Wario was one of the worst characters in the game, and Gluto would still didn't have the results like in Brawl or Ultimate, but definitely was able to take a lot of names. You still had a lot of great wins. Obviously, it's hard to get consistent results with that character because he was so bad, but you still stuck with him. So I'm very curious how your journey was like with Wario, just solo maining Wario, like pretty much every single Smash game.
The problem with Smash 4 Wario is that I was consistent, but in Europe.
Yes, you said you did well in Europe, so you.
Oh,
did,
that's
he wasn't sure.
I was winning everything, so I thought Wario was good until I went to US. And I was playing against some players, and sometimes they were making fun of me, not me, but of Wario, and saying, "Look, I will play this way, and you will not do anything about it." And I was doing okay. Let's see. And then they just space me with the concept of spacing was not known by any European players. By the way, we didn't know what is spacing. And they spaced their backers on my shield, and I couldn't do anything. It was weird. I couldn't do anything. And sometimes I had a whiff punish with dash attack, 8%. That's it. GG's.
It's like a Mars combo.
It's like, yeah, it's the Mars combo.
Not the Mars combo.
The Mars combo. And that's it. There was nothing. I couldn't do anything. But then I go back to Europe, and I beat the Clouds. I beat the Sonics, the Sonic. I beat everyone with Wario. So I thought the character was good, of course. But then I realized, because the last European tournament major of Europe, I won grand final with Ganondorf against Cloud. And this is where I was like, okay, it's not really me being good with Wario, and Wario being good is maybe them being bad.
Wait, it turns out Ganon's nasty too, actually. I think is how that works.
It was not that bad, to be honest. Yes, it was not that bad. That's true.
Up smash.
No, were they spacing?
No. What is spacing?
No.
I don't know if I can think of a worse matchup in that game, honestly.
No. I swear it's not that bad.
Bayo Ganon was worse?
Yeah, of course.
I think that
Cloud
was the worst
Ganon
matchup in the game.
Cloud Ganon was even, bro.
Yeah, even. Yes, say he was playing Cloud. He knows. DK Ganon was even too.
What about Charizard Cloud? I remember Leo always saying that Charizard beat Cloud in Smash 4.
It's funny.
Beats?
Everyone's so used to me being like kind of pessimistic with my characters, but with Cloud and Smash 4, I actually was very optimistic. I did not think. I thought Cloud beat Pikachu. I thought like all those weird ones that people said like Cloud struggled. I never agreed, except maybe one or two of them. So I'm sure some people are used to me being negative about like Wario or something, but with Cloud, I thought the only weird matchups that were like Mega Man and Greninja, I think, were kind of weird. But even then, like, who knows if I was correct? Because Cloud was too broken. I think he beat everyone, pretty much, almost everyone.
Except for you didn't think he beat Sheik, but I think you thought he beat.
No, everyone. Sheik was bad. I thought Bayo was even for so long, and then I finally accepted that it was like slightly losing towards the end. But yeah, Cloud was amazing.
DK
Cloud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone thought DK did well. I was like, no. Cloud beat DK. Yeah. And I played DK as well. So
in theory, Cloud wins, but in practice, DK is very scary. Just be good. But the DK doesn't have to be good to make even. Ding dong.
All of Gavin's Smash 4 characters are getting called out this episode. All of them.
Oh yeah, you were playing DK. That's true.
Yes.
Oh, that's why you defend him. Okay.
Yes, of course. He was top tier, or like kind of like
he's like a solid.
In result, maybe.
It was so fun. Like he was finally good.
Fun.
He was finally good, just for the wrong reasons.
It's really funny because sometimes you ding dong people with DK, and people look at you and say, "Do you have fun?" And you say, "Yes, of course." Of course, you died at 30. Of course, it's funny for me.
Look at the windscreen.
Look
how happy DK is. He's so happy.
With this, the big DK
He's
smile.
smiling.
So, Pink, did you have any questions for Gluto?
Yeah. So last time, Gluto, I saw you play was quite some time ago. It was at the last summit. And it seemed like I've seen like a few sets of yours, and it seemed like you were kind of struggling with Steve. I know you've been working a lot on that matchup, and I know earlier you said that your perspective on Wario has changed a little bit, so you feel like Steve is a little more manageable now?
Gluto really doesn't like Steve, by the way.
No.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Fan. Not a fan.
Yeah,
the problem
I think
is that
matchup is impossible.
Yeah, it's very hard because you have to play. At one point, you need to interact. and
if you want to,
it's a problem.
If you want to
this
do
is
anything,
a problem.
You have to fight.
And Bike doesn't help that much in that matchup. It helps when he do a lot of side Bs, and he will do, even if he get hit by Bike once, he will do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. But at one point, it will still work. And then you die. So
good game.
So GG's. And I didn't find any real answers. But I'll try something maybe. Because the problem with Steve is you'll get fucked anyway when he hits you. So maybe I was thinking about never coming. Even if you let him have all his resource.
Some characters might have to do that.
Yeah, that's the conclusion I had. That maybe the optimal way to play against Steve is to play very, 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 very lame and not be scared for him to get his resource. Even if at the beginning we were all, you should not let him have his resource. You should pressure him because he will be too strong with his resource. But sometimes I say, first, he will have them. And second, even without them, he can still do 60% combos or 0 to dead. Yeah. So is it worth it to come to him and risk some interaction just to not let him get his resource? Because now we punish side B, or we get hit by side B and downer way less than before. So maybe the best thing would be to camp hard and to play him almost when I have waft all the time, so we can equal the resource. So maybe I was thinking about this. That's my last thing to try against
that
Steve.
mindset too?
What?
Because like a lot of the time, if you're playing against Steve, it's like, oh, you can't go to this stage because he gets these resources. You can't go to this stage. But if you're just gonna camp that hard, who cares where we go? It gives you more stage freedom, which is good. But I have the same thing with Diddy. It's like if I fight, I lose. So I'm just never going to fight, and hopefully something fucking happens. But that's the other thing with like Wario Kazuya is not the same at all. But like we've talked a lot where like you'll do Nair on Kazuya and then it doesn't fully connect and you get hit by electric and you lose. And it's just I guess you just can never interact ever.
Yeah, that's the issue in some of these matchups. But I worked a lot of Nair not connecting, and I think I figured out how to make it connect way better.
How?
Aha. Just do it at 0 and then never expect him to connect anymore.
When Wario is at 0 or when the opponent is at 0?
The opponent is at 0. To be honest, if you messed up when he's at 0, I think it's Wario's fault. Because the timing is kind of easy. But also try to do it only when you run like full momentum Nair. Also, you need to delay the Nair when they have more %. Also, don't try to make it connect when there's anything weird. So, for example, if you hit him when it was not fully close to you, don't expect him to connect.
Don't drift
and stuff like
towards
that.
him.
Yeah. So there's ways to make Nair connect better, and I think I worked on it a lot, and it's way better. So, for example, I don't know if you see the clip that I posted recently. So I punished Palutena's downer when I was under the platform, and the Palu was on the platform, and I parry his there, and they are full up Nair, it connects, and he died at 12.
I did not see that. I'd have to look.
Oh, you should.
Oh
yes, let's go. Oh, wow!
Oh, tournament?
Fast. Yes, look. So up, parry, Nair.
Oh!
Wow!
Yes, I was surprised too.
Nice.
Mario is the best,
broken.
Bro.
Okay,
when he works.
That actually kind of reminded me of something since you brought up tournaments. So well, maybe not in Brawl, but for a long time you've pretty much been like uncontested, like king of EU. But now there's someone that's kind of been pushing the envelope on potentially taking that title, though you currently still hold it. How does it feel to have someone that's like in your region that's like really, really, really pushing you to like be the best player that you can be?
It's a very good feeling because I don't need to go that far to practice and to have to work on some stuff, and like it's so before I had to work on stuff that obviously, but I was not nobody was forcing me to, so I was like, okay, if I do, it's good, I will get better, but if I don't, I will still win. And that's very, very bad. And it's so hard to force yourself to get better in this condition. But now we have a lot of more players. It's not only Bloom, for example, it's Lugi, it's Siski. If I play, if I'm not in the good day, Siski will beat me. Like I can't just autopilot or stuff like that. And also I had to learn new matchups for Bloom, for Lugi. They are good enough to literally destroy me if I play the matchup bad. That's what happened the tournament before, and I on purpose I checked where they were going at what tournament, and I was like, okay, you go there, I'm coming. And
nice.
And then it made me practice the matchup, and this is how I won. So against Bloom 3 weeks ago in Icarus, and I won against Lugi 2 weeks ago at KOF. Just because I lost to them before. Because I lost.
What? Luigi is difficult to play as Wario against, so it's very good that you're practicing and learning.
Exactly. And that's what I like.
Yeah.
Like it's so enjoyable to lose. Like people when they saw me losing, they were or sad or like, oh, wow, he got destroyed and stuff like that. I'm happy. Please beat me.
Wow.
Please beat me. I will just get better because of this. And
Yeah.
then I got better because I had VOD to watch and I knew exactly what I need to work on. And next tournament I won. So that's really, really great. And it made me practice and it just makes me better all the time. So
Yeah.
that's really, really, really great.
Yeah, it's so interesting seeing all these newcomers, so to speak, in terms of like players in Europe getting to your skill level, because that is something that you kind of struggled with before, right? And do you feel like there's any other players that we should look out for in the European scene that are up and coming that we should keep our eyes out for? I mean, I assume you know, because you know you're deeply rooted in the scene.
So Tweek is being very, very good recently.
Yep.
Okay. So before, his main issue was not really the gameplay. Of course, he had stuff to get better in gameplay. He still has, like everyone. But the main thing was his mental when he was playing. And sometimes I remember, so he was winning the match, and he get hit by a waft, even if it's like 80% waft that kills, and the set is over. I won the set just because of this interaction.
Yeah.
He will just like, oh, I should have won this game, and then next game he play very bad, and he snowball the bad things that happening to him. And this time it was at KOF. I come back with a waft when he was under the platform and me on the up of the platform, which is could be surprising if you don't know. But full waft only hits on below Wario, so it's normal.
Yeah.
And then the reaction he did was just like accepting what happened and like, oh, okay, this hits below. Okay, I understand. I play next game. And then he still play well next games. So this is a big, big, big difference. And I was really proud of him for working on his mental. He was like very, very good on this mental, even better than some other players now. And he did very, very good results recently, and he's playing Samus kind of differently than Siski. He also beat Kurama at this tournament. So yeah, there is Tweek. There is also Luigi, of course.
Yes.
Really, really dangerous Luigi. He has very good reads. He knows his character. He does stuff that I think I've never seen about other Luigis, is the way he pressure. He knows how to force the interaction where Luigi will be God Luigi, because he knows exactly how forcing them. And his edge guard is really good too. Like some other Luigi don't go for edge guards, or they do like the really basic edge guard, the spamming downer and stuff like that. But he positions himself very differently, I feel. And it looks like he thinks more. I don't know if he thinks more, but the way he plays, yeah, I don't know what is
he said what he said.
Mind. I didn't ask if he thinks about it. So.
Yeah.
It's not because it's a Luigi. It's just I didn't talk about it about this, but it looks like he thinks, not like some other Luigis where they look to force the Luigi interaction, where even when they can't, that's why they get destroyed. In, for example, Samus matchup,
roll.
They just smash was spot dodge roll. It's like if you understand the type of Luigi he is, you can almost read him for the entire game because of it. But Luigi changed more, so he thinks more. He try more stuff. Sometimes he will be very aggressive. Sometimes he will just be patient. For example, he beats the Samus.
That's such a hard matchup.
Yes, like because he knows exactly where and when to play when he can play really Luigi stuff, and when he needs to do more Smash stuff, where like entering the opponent zone slowly, little by little, and stuff like that, and then just doing, oh, I'm Luigi, I'm just gonna do Luigi stuff, So he's very good. We have also M4E, M4E. So he's the Sephiroth.
Yes.
Italy, right?
Yes.
What?
Italian.
Italian, yes, exactly. So
Okay.
the way he practice, I think, is very interesting. He's more theoretical, so he thinks a lot about the game, and he knows what his character is supposed to do, and he's very, very, very good. One of the best that I've ever seen at applying the game plan he needs to apply during the whole game. The whole game, he will just do what he needs to do when he can do. But with Sephiroth, I don't know if he can do that in every matchup. Like, okay, do your plan, but it will just not work. It's
I like
Sephiroth. So.
the way that sounds because a player like that can be very teachable, coachable.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
it reminds me because Charles used to tell me a lot of stories about like Leo, especially when he was younger, how Charles would just suggest something to Leo like at a major, and he would do it in his next match. You know what I mean? Like players who have that ability, I think, can go very far.
Yes. So M4E. Yeah, that's the main thing, the main people, I guess. Maybe I forget some, but yeah, I would say Lugi and M4E are the new ones because we already know Bloom, for example. We already know the other good players,
Space.
CC,
Yeah.
Space, Dari,
Andres.
Andres. We already know them, so I didn't say
Yeah.
them. But yeah.
What about your protege, man? What about the French Wario?
Oh no! So he plays Steve now.
Oh no!
Well, then you definitely have to
No, I'm not.
him.
I'm not interested anymore.
That's the prodigy pick right there. That's a winner.
Oh, dude, the way he said, he was like, "Oh no."
So that would be fine.
No Wario at all?
Oh, okay. I will explain you. Okay. So he play a lot of more Steve, but he still tried to play Wario in some matchups. Okay. But he told me that because of the way he plays Steve, now he can only play Dumb and he can't play Wario anymore.
Holy shit.
It's like the thinking Luigi thing all over again.
Yeah, so I think he might need a transition of knowing how to play smart Smash and sometimes more dumb but more efficiently as Steve. And maybe do both as Steve, like playing the dumb part of Steve and then add the intelligent part. But I think that's maybe one of the hardest thing as Steve is to force yourself to not be all the time dumb. Because sometimes as Steve, you need to be dumb. Like, of course, you need to do 3 up tilt on the opponent shield because it's going to work. Or 4, if it's going to work. Why would you do something else? But you need to add still like more intelligent parts. And I think it's hard because when should you just spam and when should you wait, do more fundy stuff? And yeah, I think he's searching himself between those two. But his Steve is good and he could be very good, even better if he think more about this. And his Wario was very, 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 very good. But yeah, he needs to figure out how to play Wario again.
What was his tag again?
His name is Crepsally.
Crepsally.
Yeah, he has, it's hard to explain, but he has this little thing more. This special thing. He had it with Wario.
He it.
Oh, he got the it.
I know a thing about that.
But with Steve, I don't feel it that much. And it's hard for him to put his special thing in Steve, I guess. But I think he can make it.
This is very out of nowhere, but I love talking about the X Factor. So what character do you think for Leo has the biggest it factor? Like special
X Factor special thing,
okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, or like if you think it could be any player, but Leo's one that has a lot of characters. So
not Aegis.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Violet, yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Joker, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even his
Still?
Corin has it.
It's corn.
Yeah,
Joker still?
Joker's so weird. I feel it depends on if he wants to play the game or not.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he will have it still, like a lot. Yeah, sometimes when I see him play, I'm like, okay, the light is back again.
Yeah.
When the Joker is out, and sometimes I feel he just doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's pretty obvious sometimes for someone who has played or watched him play and known him for a while.
His Corin, I think it has it. His Corin is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
An example we always use for this special factor is always like Proto's Lucina, like Light's Fox, like where it's just different. So it's a fun conversation. Or it has his Richter and Ken, you know.
There you go. Thank
you.
Very
dangerous.
W. Oh, we have audio only listeners, Gavin. You gotta say it. Sorry, man.
Yeah, sorry. But I think that about wraps it up. Unless anyone else has any other questions, I think that was fantastic. Thank you so much, Gluto.
Wait, I have one last question before we go. What was the coolest part about meeting the president of France? What was that experience
eating the
like?
food. Yeah, it was very good. Very,
What kind of food did they have?
I know it's like small bites, things you can eat in one bite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, like snacks.
And
yeah, like
yeah, but very very developed snacks. So it was meat, fish, and it was very 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 good. Half raw meat. Was the best thing. I don't know how to say.
Huh?
Half cooked meat.
Oh, okay.
okay, like rare, medium rare. Yeah.
But
So there's
cold.
like some red, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the best way to eat it, by the way.
True.
Yes, sir. All right.
I know
Gluto.
some people don't agree, but
I've been practicing Gluto. I'm gonna give it one try, right?
Wait,
oh yeah, let's
shut
go.
Okay.
You're gonna say
How do
it?
you get your steak cooked?
Oh, steak.
Yeah.
Me, I like medium. I'm a medium kind of guy. What?
All good. All
Yeah,
good.
that's cool. That's cool.
All right. C'est sur the top. Oh, I'm worse now, right, dude? Okay, just give me.
You messed it up, bro.
Put a little Spanish accent on there. You kind of rolled the. What?
Okay, all right, Gluto, say it one more time. Give me your redemption.
Suceur de top.
Suceur de top.
That's what you were
Suceur
trying
de
to say.
top. It's been a while since I practiced. All right, it was a quiet one. Suceur de top. I'm so bad. I'm trying. All right, I'm trying.
It's all right. We can edit it out, Chuck. No one saw it.
We'll stick to saying Jim.
Yeah, Jim is easier.
Jim is a global term now.
Yeah, I think it goes beyond the universe. You know what I mean? Like I think if we discovered other life forms and we're like that guy's being a Jim, they'd be like, yeah, that's true. Like the aliens would be like, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Gluto. Thank you for everyone for watching live. It's been a while since we did a live one, and anyone else have any?
Nope, we're good to go.
All right.
Sign us off.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Gluto, and have a good one, everyone. Bye.
Au revoir.
Bye bye.